What's going on, guys? This is Zeke the Geek, and I am back with another video right here on the Zeke Said So YouTube channel. If you guys saw my last two previous videos, I did some slideshows, some fun little slideshows of my top 10 favorite films of 2024, my top 10 least favorite films of 2024. So now that 2024 is almost at a close, we are going to have one more video to wrap up the year, and that is, of course, looking into the future, looking into the top 10 most anticipated films of next year. Next year looks to be a very exciting year for movies, filled with a lot of franchise stuff, some great original, a lot of sequels, a lot of franchise stuff, and we're going to get into that. But first things first, if you have not already, go and subscribe to the Zeke Said So Pictures YouTube channel, or Zeke Said So. The tag is at Zeke Said So Pictures, but the YouTube channel itself is called Zeke Said So. And also go subscribe to the podcast, the Zeke Said So podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Basically anywhere you guys can find your podcast. That's where the podcast can be found at. Also follow me on X at Zeke Said So, and on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Zeke Said So Pictures. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get into these to this list here. We're going to start with some honorable mentions. This is in no particular order. Some honorable mentions. We have Captain America: Brave New World, The Monkey, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic, The Accountant 2, Thunderbolts, Lilo and Stitch, From the World of John Wick Ballerina, Elio, The Bad Guys 2, Freakier Friday, Nobody 2, The Black Phone 2, and Zootopia 2. Those are my honorable mentions. I'm excited for all those films, particularly the Michael Jackson biopic has me interested. Lilo and Stitch, another one I'm really looking forward to, and of course, Ballerina. Obviously, I'm a fan of the John Wick franchise, but also Ana de Armas. Anyway, I may or may not have a slight crush on Ana de Armas right now, but yeah. So those are the top 10 most anticipated. Not the actual list, but those are my honorable mentions. Now we get into the top 10 most anticipated. I need something to drink. Diet Pepsi, please sponsor me. Anyway, all right, let's get into this list here. Starting with number 10, and that is The Karate Kid Legends. Look, I'm a huge fan of the Karate Kid films. I have actually grown to really like the sequels to the Karate Kid, including Karate Kid Part 2 and 3, which before I saw Cobra Kai, I was not a fan of either one of those two. But after watching Cobra Kai actually gave me some love and appreciation for those films. And I'm hoping that this will actually and I'm actually one of the only people out there who actually really liked the remake, the Jaden Smith remake. I own it on Blu-ray, and I enjoy watching it. I think it's a very good movie. Is it the best? Is it better than the original? No. Is it the best around? Nothing's ever gonna take. No. But it is a good movie, and I'm excited to see this kind of them connecting the two, the remake and the original, connecting the two by having Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio kind of training the new Karate Kid, and no, not Hilary Swank, but a new young Karate Kid who I'm sure will probably get a franchise out of this character as well. The big question I have is I'm hoping that they connect this, that they tie this in with Cobra Kai, because what they're doing with Cobra Kai as far as the Miyagi stuff goes, I think leads into some very possible connections with Mr. Han and Jackie Chan's character, Mr. Han, and all that side of things. Okay. So that's number 10, Karate Kid Legends, number 10. Number 9, we have Megan 2.0. I was a really big fan of the first Megan. I thought that movie, it was silly, it was ridiculous. But I thought the movie was fun, it was entertaining. Everything from the dance to the the kid getting his ear ripped out. Like, I thought it was the most ridiculous movie ever, but I loved it. I had so much fun with it. And I cannot wait to see the sequel. The first Megan was almost like what the 2019 version of Child's Play was trying to. It's the movie the Child's Play remake wanted to be, but I think Megan did that concept better, and felt more like a traditional like remake of Child's Play in a weird way. So I really like Megan, and I so 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 excited for this next installment. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so that's number 9. Coming in at number 8. Number 8, we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, it's odd that this would be on my list because I did not like the last 2 Jurassic World films, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. I was not a big fan. In fact, Dominion was, I thought, absolute garbage. Anyway, yeah, I was not a big fan of Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, or Dominion. So why is Jurassic World Rebirth on my top 10 most anticipated? Why, Zeke? Why? Because of who's involved in this one. With Gareth Edwards directing it. I actually like Gareth Edwards. I think he's a very good director, and I think he's made some pretty good films in the past. I mean, The Creator is easily my favorite film of his. So I'm very excited to see what his take on what his take on Jurassic World is. And with the cast they have involved, I'm including Scarlett Johansson. I think Idris Elba is also going to be in it too. The cast they got involved is great. So yeah, you got a great director mixed in with a really good cast, plus dinosaurs, man, dinosaurs. Just give us the dinosaurs this time. Just don't put too much focus on the human characters. Just give us the dinosaurs, and we're all gonna be very satisfied. And I think David Kep's coming back to write this one too. Now I gotta look that up. Believe um I believe David Kep, who wrote the original Jurassic Park, is coming back to write this one. Let me see. Writer. Let's see. Just double checking here to see who's. Oh yeah, David Kep is coming back to write it. Okay, great. Then that's great because David Kep wrote the first 2 films. So yeah, I mean, hopefully now we'll get you have a great director, a great writer who's been involved in the franchise previously, and you got a really good cast that includes Jonathan Bailey, Scarlett Johansson, Ed Skrein, Rupert Friend, Mahershala Ali is in this one. I thought Idris Elba was in the film, but I guess not. Oops, I got that one wrong. And I say that after I've had millions of comments in the comment section. Anyway, I'm joking. I love everybody who comments in the comment section, even the stupid comments that say I'm a shill for saying War of the Rohirrim was a great movie. Anyway, okay. So that was number 8, Jurassic World Rebirth. Number 8. Number 7, Predator Badlands. Look, man, I loved Prey. Prey, I thought, was a magnificent film. It was, for me, it felt like a return to form. It almost felt like what Alien Romulus was for the Alien franchise. Kind of a let's take it back to basics. Let's tell a smaller story, and let's focus, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's not make the story too big and epic. Something that I wish the Terminator franchise would do. I wish the Terminator franchise would do this too, but anyway, that's a whole other thing that I could talk about later. But you have a uh you have a lot of potential here for a sequel to Prey, Badlands, and I believe this one is now going to be set in the distant future. Whereas Prey was set in the past, I think this one's going to be set in the distant future, which sounds pretty cool, like a Blade Runner. So you mix like a Blade Runner type world with Predator and throw the Predator in that kind of world. I think that would be pretty cool and pretty interesting to do. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to Predator Badlands. I'm uh super excited for that film. And again with Dan Trachtenberg. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't know. Sorry. But with him coming back to direct it after the job he did on Prey, I am so excited to see what he's gonna do with Predator Badlands. So that was number 7. Number 6, we have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action film, the live action remake. I'll be honest, when they announced that they were doing a live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, I was not too I wasn't really that excited for it. I'll be honest with you. Not that excited. I was very hesitant on the idea the idea of a remake of How to Train Your Dragon, especially since if you're gonna do it in live action, you can't, like, for me, I was like, I would have rather have seen a live action movie but make it a sequel to the animated franchise. You have your animated trilogy, now do an animated live action trilogy. Now do a trilogy a live action trilogy of How to Train Your Dragon that took place afterwards. I think that would have been more interesting than to do a remake, but they're going the remake route. And look, man, that trailer brought out the feels, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that trailer, I got emotional. Um, and every time I see it in the theater, I saw it again in front of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I saw it again in front of, I think it was Nosferatu, or no, maybe it was Mufasa. I saw it in front of. It was one of the movies that came out around the Christmas holiday. Um, uh, is where I saw the How to Train Your Dragon trailer, and like I said, I cried, man. That trailer brings me. That trailer, they're really going for the feels on this one. The nostalgia is maybe hitting me a little too hard right now. So, but I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to How to Train Your Dragon. I think visually it looks stunning. I think they're really doing a good job of really translating the animation into live action, and I think they also have a potential to go a little bit more darker this time around. Do stuff in live action that you can't really do in an animated format. Even though the animated films are pretty mature, the original films, the original How to Train Your Dragon animated films are very mature, surprisingly. So it's like, where do you go? Like, how do you make this different? How do you make this stand out and make it a different movie? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm excited for it, man. I'll be there day one. Day one. All right. Coming in at number 5, we have Wicked Part 2, or as it was retitled, Wicked for Good. Yep. Yep. Color me by surprise. Color me by surprise. I'm excited for Wicked. I really am. I never once thought I would say that. Going into 2024, I never once thought I would say the words, I cannot wait for Wicked. And then I saw Wicked Part 1, and I was thrilled with that movie. I loved it. I thought it was so good. I thought the music was great. The chemistry between Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande is fantastic. I think both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are going to get nominated for Cynthia Erivo for best actress, Ariana Grande for best supporting actress, which Ariana Grande absolutely deserves to be nominated. By the way, she was fantastic in that film. But I never once thought I would be like, "Oh, I can't wait for Wicked Part 2." I'm really looking forward to Wicked now. That music, the songs just I've been listening to that soundtrack so much now, and yeah, I'm really excited to see. And plus, I'm not familiar with the stage musical, so I don't know how the stage musical ends. I'm assuming they're gonna tie it into the Wizard of Oz somehow, but I don't know how the musical ends, so I may just be throwing that out there. But I am very excited to see how this plays out. Very excited to see the story continue. The coming in at number 4, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Hey man, look, say what you want about the Mission Impossible movies, but Tom Cruise delivers. I think he knows what audiences want. He knows how to deliver a theatrical experience. And I thought the last few Mission Impossible movies have been really great. I don't like the first 3. The first one's okay. 2 and 3 I didn't really like. 4 was great. 5 was awesome. 6 I lost my mind, and 7, which was Dead Reckoning which was Dead Reckoning Part 1, but now it's just Dead Reckoning. Yeah, I like that. Like these movies have just gotten better and better and better, and I am excited to see how they wrap this up. Especially given where the last film left off, um and the possibility of maybe kind of ending, possibly maybe Ethan Hunt dies in this film. I'll go in with that theory. I'll go in with that theory of Ethan Hunt possibly kicking the bucket. Like I think that will be really cool. I think that would be an interesting way to end the franchise. But I'm very excited for the next Mission Impossible film. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning was one of my favorite theatrical experiences I've had in a movie theater. Seen that film in IMAX, and that train sequence, man, at the end of the last one was just spectacular. It was just a spectacular action sequence. Just the setup of that action sequence and where it ultimately ends, like the way that action sequence concludes, is just bonkers, man. Just absolutely bonkers. And then you know, and like the other films as well. Like Fallout was fantastic. Ghost Protocol, which was the 4th one, is probably still my favorite. I think, I don't know. Fallout was really good. It's either Fallout or Ghost Protocol are my 2 favorites. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3, another one. If you had asked me, 3 years ago, if you had asked me 3 years ago if this was going to be the case, I would have said, "You're a liar. You're a liar." I would have laughed at you. Ha ha ha. But Avatar: Fire and Ash. Avatar is my 3rd most anticipated film of next year. Look, I like the original Avatar, but I don't think it's like, I don't hold it as such high regard as most people do. I think a lot of people look at the visuals and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, that makes it a great movie." No, the story is a little weak on the first Avatar. And maybe that's just because I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, Dances with Wolves did that better. Oh, Ferngully did that better. Pocahontas did that better, but they had better music." It's like I uh, I guess the first Avatar is just like for me, it's not up there for me. The sequel, on the other hand, Avatar: The Way of Water, I love the sequel. In fact, I'll go so far as to say I think the sequel is better than the first film. I got so emotionally attached to the kids, to the relationship of this family that they established in the second film, and I'm very excited to see where they go, and where their characters go, and excited to see the world of Pandora expand more than it did in the last film. We saw a whole new village in the last film, and I'm excited for them to maybe introduce us to a new village in the film, in this movie. So I very much am looking forward to this, um to the film, and I think I'm just wondering how they're going to top the visuals of the second film, like if they're going to be able to top what they were able to do visually with the second film. um so yeah, I'm very excited for the second film. All right, coming in number 2, we have a Marvel movie. Marvel's got 3 films coming out this upcoming year, and one of them is my number 2, and that is Fantastic Four: First Steps. I obviously am a fan of the Fantastic Four in the comics, but they have not had their justice in film. Um And when they announced the cast, I was like, okay, all right, they got a good cast. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. You have the guy from The Bear, what's his name? Eben Moss Baccarat as the Thing. Like, I can't wait to see him. Ralph Ineson's playing Galactus in the film. Um, uh, Paul Walter Hauser is going to be in the film, and we got a Silver Surfer in the film, played by Julia Garner. We're gonna have a female Silver Surfer, which is pretty cool and interesting. I cannot wait for this movie. I really can't. And even some of the promotional images that they've put out, of the Fantastic Four. From when they did the cast announcements, that image of the cast when they did the when oh and even some of the leaks that came out of Comic-Con, like the leaks that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I saw those leaks, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is an interesting take that they're doing on the Fantastic Four. And I'm gonna move on to my number 1. And you may have noticed there was a movie missing in my honorable mentions, and so far in this top 10. That's because it's my number 1, and that is Superman. Look, man, James Gunn. That is the reason to be excited for this movie. You have a great director in James Gunn. You have one amazing cast that includes David Corenswet as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. You have Frank Grillo coming in from Creature Commandos as Rick Flag Sr. There's so many. Skylar Gizondo as Jimmy Olsen. Wendell Pierce. Wendell Pierce is gonna be Perry White. Edie Gathegi. Yeah, as Mr. Terrific. Sean Gunn is going to be playing Maxwell Lord. Anthony Carrigan is playing Metamorpho. You have just such an amazing cast, an incredible cast. Plus, you have James Gunn writing and directing the film. And that trailer, man, like, if you guys saw my trailer breakdown for the film, you guys know just how much I loved that trailer. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this movie. I think it just looks phenomenal. Let me go ahead and run down this list one more time. At number 10, we have Karate Kid Legends. Number 9, Megan 2.0. Number 8, Jurassic World Rebirth. Number 7, Predator Badlands. Number 6, How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake. Number 5, Wicked for Good. Number 4, The Final Reckoning. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, I should say. Number 3, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Number 2, Fantastic Four, First Steps. And at number 1, Superman. So that is my top 10 most anticipated films of 2025. And that will be this will be the final video of 2024, guys. Listen, 2024 was a good year. It was a good year for the channel. You know, we made it up to 371 subscribers. We're very close to 400, so let's get to 400 subscribers. Let's make 2025 the year where we get to 1,000. Let's make 2025 the year where we get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it. You know, let's make that goal. Let's make it happen. There's going to be a lot more content on the YouTube channel, on the podcast feed. You guys can definitely go check that out. Go become a Geek supporter. Go ahead and the link in the description will be down below to become a Geek supporter of the Zeke Said So podcast feed. Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of great stuff coming in 2025. I cannot wait for y'all to be on this journey. With me. And you know, like I said, 2024 was a year of highs and lows, and you know, for me personally, having to go, you know, take care of this, but also work and school. It was a lot. There's a lot that's happened in 2024. But we made it through it. We made it through another year. And I'm hoping that the year was good for you too. And if it wasn't, I hope 2025 is better. I hope 2025 is better. So that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, what are your guys' most anticipated films for next year? What do you guys have a top 10 list? If you do have a top 10 list, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what your top 10 most anticipated films of next year is. I would really like to know. I'm really curious. And are there any films that I left out? Are there any movies that are coming out in 2025 that I just left out? Let me know. Drop it all down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I think you guys should subscribe to the channel because Zeke the Geek said so. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.